that San Francisco 49ers have hired defensive passing game specialist Nick Sorensen as the defensive coordinator is a little bit of a surprise because I thought if they were going to, end up hiring within, it'd be defensive backs coach Daniel Bullocks, but looks like Nick Sorensen impressed them and, was probably doing a really good job behind the scenes with his prior position with the team. So we'll see how the players, feel about this guy. And a lot of times the fans were questioning, oh, the Robert Sala hiring or the Miko Ryan's hiring, and it's worked out. Now Nick Sorensen been in the league since 2013. Doesn't have any background with the defensive line until he came to San Francisco in 2022 as he was the defensive assistant coach, and then in 2023 was the Nichols coach and defensive passing game specialist. So prior to that, with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Seattle Seahawks, he spent a lot of time with special teams and the secondary, um, overall pretty much. So he has no play calling experience. So this one's going to be interesting, but I'm going to say I hope this ends up working out because the 49ers have done a great job of developing these coaches, especially Kyle Shanahan. So I think this hiring will end up working out for the San Francisco 49ers. And beside that move, the 49ers did also hire Brandon Staley, the former Chargers head coach, for a permanent staff role. And we don't entirely know what the role is, but apparently it's possibly as an assistant head coach. So I think this is kind of a move if Sorensen doesn't work out or needs some help with the game planning and play calling. They have a guy in Brandon Staley. I know a lot of fans are like, Brandon Staley, they think of that Chargers and that Raiders game where they gave up 66 points, but the Chargers defense has had a lot of injuries. They don't have that much, I feel like, on the defensive line other than Joey Bosa. And when your guys aren't staying healthy, a lot of guys, it's hard for a coach to be able to make the right calls because a lot of these other position guys that are coming in backups, they're going to be new or they aren't really playing a lot. They're mostly going to be special teams guys. So I think Brandon Staley could work out with the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan's been really good at developing these coaches and kind of revamping these coaches that maybe have struggled at times. So I honestly think this is a fine hire um, by the 49ers here, just to make sure, that they also lost some coaches, this offseason. So I feel like they needed to fill that role as well. So I think hopefully this can kind of help Kyle Shanahan and as well take a little bit off his shoulders, not having to focus on other positions and only the offense. And because we don't really know what Brandon Staley could be doing, is he going to maybe help with the game plan a little bit, kind of be like a guy like Mike McDaniels when he was here? So we'll see, but it's great to now see that, okay, the 49ers have their defensive coordinator. We can move on now, talk about the draft, talk about free agency. And so this is great timing now for the 49ers. And the nice thing is because it's an internal hire, this guy's already been helping the 49ers out with the, draft, I'm sure, given his opinion and thoughts, stuff like that. And then, Brandon Staley, yeah, he, you know, was a guy that was available. The Chargers ended up moving off of him. So, we are not really sure how much he's looked at some of these guys, but knowing maybe that, okay, he was going to have a job, the Niners might have told him, kind of a while back that, oh, we may be moving off of Steve Wilkes and, we'll, have a conversation because, again, Kyle Shanahan and Brandon Staley share the same agent. So I'm sure they, have a good connection with each other. So honestly, I'm not too worried, you want to have different opinions, in the room with these draft guys, and then help to make the final decision when, it's your turn to draft. So I think this is a pretty solid hiring. I think it's going to work out, especially because Kyle Shanahan's familiar with both of these guys. I don't expect to have to kind of babysit these guys, like he did with Steve Wilkes. So let me know in the comment section down below how you guys feel about this hiring. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about it. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me and subscribe to the channel. If you're new, turn that notification bell on. Let's go Niners.